In this video, let us learn typecasting in Core Java. So the typecasting represents converting from one data type into another data type. So in order to perform typecasting, the source and destination data type must match. There are two types of typecasting in Core Java. First one, implicit typecasting, and second one is the explicit typecasting. First, we need to discuss about implicit typecasting. Here, the source and destination data type must match. Here also. Second one, the source data type must be lesser than the destination data type. So, for example, if we can take example, source is byte and destination is int. So, what can be the sequence of data type? We can say lesser to higher. So, byte is first one called byte is lesser than the short, and short is lesser than the char, and char is lesser than int, and int is lesser than long, and long is lesser than float, and float is lesser than double. In this way, this is the sequence of data type. Based on the range, we can arrange lesser to higher. The next one. So for this one, we can discuss one example now. Implicit casting. For that purpose, first we can create one package casting. So first we need to write one source file. Create one source file. Implicit casting demo.java. So it should contains the main method. So first we need to write one variable byte b is equal to 25. So now we can try to print the value byte b. Okay, we can run this example. It provides byte b 25. Suppose we would like to store the same value into a variable called int data type. Int a. Now if we can run, we can assign the byte value into a integer variable. So this is called as the implicit casting. It take place automatically. So without our attention, without our knowledge, so it will taking place automatically in Java. So this is called as a implicit casting. So next one called which one? Explicit casting. In explicit casting, the same rule is applicable. The source and destination data type must match. And next one, the source data type must be higher than the destination data type. How we can classify this data type is higher and this data type is lower? Okay, in this case, suppose if it's an example we can take, source is int, destination is byte, and again we can arrange the data type from higher to lower range. First one is double, and second one is a float, third one is a long, and fourth one is the int, fifth one is the character, sixth one is the short, and seventh one is the byte. So now we can do an example now. The example is in this way. We can create a source file, explicit casting, explicit casting demo.java, and we need to specify the main method psvm. So now we can specify one int a is equal to 35. So now we can try to print the a value, int a, that is a. So we can run this particular example. It provides the corresponding the value of a, int a. So now I would like to store this value, the integer variable value, into a byte variable. So if we can try to print the byte b. So we can't able to assign directly the integer variable value into a byte variable because it comes under explicit casting, because we are trying to store higher data type to lower data type. It won't accept. For that purpose, we have to apply the casting. In the left hand side, which data type we are using, the same data type we should provide in the right hand side with bracket that represents explicit casting. So we can discuss one more example now. The example is in this way. Int casting from int to byte dot java. So suppose if we can take one example now, int a is equal to 300. So now we can print a value now. So now byte b is equal to a. S out byte b. So currently we need to do the casting. We are aware about left hand side which data type we are using. The same data type we supposed to use it in a right hand side. Left hand side which data type we are using, the same data type we should apply in the right hand side with bracket. So but one observation here, the value of integer variable is 300. So in this case, when it is trying to store it in a byte variable, so it applies the mod operation. What is the range of the byte? That particular range it applies with mod operation with 300 value. So that's the reason it provides the value called 44. It applies the mod operation. So one more source file we'll try to create double to int casting dot java. So we need to provide the main method now. In the main method, suppose we should declare one variable double d is equal to, so what is the value means 100.345. So this is the value we have provided. Now we can try to print this same value double d. Now we can execute. We can change it as a double. Now if we can run, it gives result double d is 100.345. So we will try to store it in an integer variable int a is equal to d. So now if we can try to print the int a. So now we can't able to store, in order to store the double value into an integer variable, we need to apply the casting. The left hand side which data type we are using, the right hand side we should use the same data type with bracket. Now if we can run, we can able to store the value, but we are losing the decimal values. The decimal portion we are losing because we are storing in a integer variable. So one more casting. One more casting is int data type to char data type into data type to char data type dot java. So we need to provide the main method now. PSVM. First we need to specify int. So a is equal to 68. So now we can try to print the value int a. So now we can run this example. It provides the value of integer variable a is 68. Now we try to store this particular value in a character. So now if we can try to store in a character, so we have to apply the casting. So left hand side which data type we are using, right hand side we need to use the same data type. If we can execute, it provides the value called d. So we can convert integer to character or character to integer, vice versa casting also we can achieve. So by using casting, we can convert from one data type to another data type. Either it can be implicit casting or explicit type casting. Thank you.